Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Yari Hearts Books, and today I'm gonna be doing a book haul. So basically, I've been postponing this book haul, like filming this for like the entire year. So basically, these are books I've purchased or have gotten as like presents. Well, only a few are like presents. Most of them I bought. From December 2021 until August 2022. It's currently September 3rd, I believe. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing here. It's a good amount of books for me personally. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail about what each book is about because we're gonna be here forever. So I'm just gonna do like little like bullet points, short little like bullet points of what the book's about, and I'll try to link as many of these as I can in the description box, so you can like get a full synopsis that way. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the books that I bought in December. So these were the books that I bought during the Barnes & Noble sale at the end of 2021, where they did the where a bunch of the hardcovers were 50% off. So that's what happened. So the first book I have here is Our Violet Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second and final book in the These Violent Delights duology. So These Violent Delights, it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but it's heavy on the violence, light on the romance. So if you want to read, if you are thinking about reading These Violent Delights, just go into it knowing that it's more focus on the violence versus the romance part of it. It's set in 1920s Shanghai, and there's monsters involved. So yeah, so Our Violent Delights. The next books that I got that Barnes & Noble sale was the next two books in the Age of Darkness Trilogy, which starts off with There Will Come a Darkness, which I read by Katie Rose Poole, which I've already read but need to reread because I don't remember much about what happened in that book. So the two books that I bought was Into the Dying. Wait, what? I have notes on here and I wrote the name of the book wrong. Into the Dying Light and As the Shadow Rises, book 2 and 3. So this is a YA fantasy prophecy, 5 souls set on a collision course. Would it be savior or destroyer of the world? So those are little bullet points for that. Then I also got What Once Was Mine by Liz Brosford as part of the A Twisted Tale series. So this is What If Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower. So yeah, so that's what that's about. And then these next two buys were kind of random, especially this first one I'm gonna talk about. So I got The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, and can't tell you why I bought this, but it does seem interesting. I first became interested in wanting to read this when Once Upon a Time did a part of a season kind of on this book. But yeah, so this is like a revenge story and it's a classic. The next book, which is a book I've already read, and there's a vlog that I've kind of, anyways, the next book is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. It's adult romance, enemies to lover, but not reading it, I'm not sure about that. Fake dating, and it a good portion of it is set in Spain. Now I'm going to talk about some pre-orders that I did for the beginning of the year. So the first book is Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second book in the Realm Breaker trilogy, which I've already read. There is a non-spoiler dedicated reading vlog for this coming soonish. So YA fantasy, I'm gonna read this straight up my notes. An unlikely group of reluctant allies trying to save the world when the heroes fail. So we have a pirate's daughter, an immortal, assassin, a squire, an old sorceress. And yeah, that's what Realmbreaker is about. And then I also bought, which I'm planning on reading this month, is Fortune Silver into Stars by Bridget Kemmerer. This is set in the Curse Breakers world. It follows Tycho, who was in we are introduced to him in the second book in the Curse Breakers trilogy, which is It Hearts Fused and Broken. So the Curse Breakers trilogy being the Curse of Dark and Lonely series. So it's set a few years after the events of the third book, also Bold and Deadly, and we follow Tycho. And we meet some new characters, but we also see the characters like from the Curse Breakers trilogy, like Gray, Leomara, Harper, and Ren. So there's that. I'm so excited to get to this. Then I went into a little like romance moment. So I got a few romances, adult romances. Okay, so we're gonna start off with It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which I've already read. So adult romance, spicy. From LA to Poor Town in Washington State, small town party girl. So that's a little synopsis. Then I also got Dating Dr. Jill by Nisha Sharma. I haven't read this yet. So it's adult romance, revenge. Oops, my bad. I'm reading the wrong thing. This is adult romance, enemies to lovers, POC characters. I don't know too much about it, but I heard a little bit about it when Chloe from Books with Chloe read it, and I'm intrigued. So yeah. Oh, also the main character, I believe, is in her 30s, which I am in my 30s, so I love reading like about characters around my age, so that's also a reason why I wanted to pick that up. Then I got this, also I've already read, is Love at First Bite by Anna E. Collins. This is adult romance, revenge on ex-husband, revenge on ex-fiance, workplace romance, dislike to lovers. Then we have Four Aunties and a Wedding, which is the second book in the A For Aunties series, I guess. So family, romance, adult, murder, comedy, Chinese, Indonesian. And then I got By the Book by Jasmine Guillory. So this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling set in the modern world. Not retelling, it's a reimagining, my bad. Obviously romance is Beauty and the Beast. It's set in the publishing world. They work in the publishing industry. Yeah. Then I'm going back into like fantasies and like or other genres. We have A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Eileen. I've already read this. A good amount of these I've already read. So YA fantasy, competition, magic, family, royalty, poison tea. This is also POC author, POC characters. I believe Taiwanese, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Then I also got Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. So this is YA fantasy. An exiled princess, shape-shifting dragons, enchanted cranes, unbreakable curse, magic, retelling. Retelling, can't remember of what, but I know it's retelling. So this is gonna be part of a special like a reading vlog that I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet. But it has something to do with the title. That's all I'll say. Then I got Go the Distance by Jen Colanita. It's also part of the A Twisted Tale series. So this is What If Meg Had to Become a Greek God. Then something similar from something earlier. I bought But Once Was Mine by Liz Braswell. What if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? Now I know what you're thinking. She just hold this and the same haul. See, what happened was, this one that I bought back in December, I noticed way too late that it's missing the first 26 pages of the book. So I had to buy a second copy. Guys, when you buy books, maybe like flip through it a little bit to make sure it has all the pages, because I noticed way too late and then I couldn't return it. I noticed months after. Anyways, the next book I got was Unbirthday by Liz Braswell. This is What If Wonderland Was in Peril and Alice Was Very, Very Late. Loves me a good twisted tale. The next book I have is Feather and Flame by Olivia Blackburn. This I have been waiting so long for. This is the second book in the Queen's Console series. The first book being Rebel Rose. Yes, the first book being Rebel Rose, which is a Beauty and the Beast continuation, and this is a Mulan continuation. The first book is by a different author. I didn't really love that much, but this one, Mulan continuation, and I heard I was already planning on reading it because I read the first book, but I heard the author like talk about it, and one of the things she said was that there is a wait, how does she phrase it? That Mulan and Shang, they spar, but in the dark. So I'm like, I think I know what that means. Yes, so the author meant it literally, not figuratively, so I read too much into it. So yeah. So I was like, I'm even more intrigued. But this book, this was supposed to come out November 2021. The release date got pushed like 4 or 5 different times. I'm not even exaggerating. It was like 4 or 5 different times. It finally came out in June. So I'm planning on reading this month, and I'm so excited about it. And the other book that I got was The Alice 6 by Olivia Blake. So the little bullet points that I have is secrets. Oh, because it's in the back. Secrets, betrayal, seduction, power. Welcome to the Alexandrian Society. So, secret society. I've kind of heard a little bit like Now You See Me vibes, the movie, so we'll see. But I'm excited for this. I'm reading this for a special vlog. It has to do with the title. I'm not gonna say anymore. Okay, now the next few books I'm gonna talk about are some books that my friend Carlini got me for Christmas. And we don't see each other that often in person anymore, because we're both busy and we're both homebodies, so we don't see each other that often. But we went to see Six the Musical for a second time, and she bought me my Christmas presents. The second time that we saw it, when was this? That was in August. So the first book, she didn't buy it for Christmas, she just bought it recently. Yeah, so like the day before or something. So we got Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is the second book in the, if I could find it, and it happened one summer series. So this book follows Piper's sister Hannah. So it's her romance with Brendan's BFF. So there's that. I'm excited to read this. I'm not sure when though. Then this is what she got me for Christmas. The King of Scars duology. So King of Scars and Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. So this is part of the Grisha verse, and this follows Nikolai. So YA fantasy. Then she also got me Once Upon a Broken Hearts by Stephanie Garber. This is, I think it's under the same world as the Caraval series, which I haven't read, but I've heard mixed feelings about if you can read this book without reading the Caraval series. So if you read both, let me know if I should read the Caraval trilogy first before I hop into this. This is also YA fantasy. Yeah, and that's all I know, or at least all that I remember. But I know when I first heard about it, I was like, I'm intrigued. Then I also bought Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. This is a alternate history situation. This is adult. I'm not sure if it would be considered fantasy. That would say adult fantasy. There's magic, and from what I gather is about a coven. It is about a coven that was founded by Anne Boleyn. And if you guys don't know, I'm obsessed with 60 Musical. So just learning more about that era, even though this is fictional, just being a little like being close to that, I'll take. Even though it's not about Anne Boleyn, it just follows like the coven like years down in the future, I believe. But I am planning on reading this for October because witches, spooky vibes, yes. So I'm so excited for this. Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned this is adult fantasy, which I haven't really dipped my toes into too much, but I am planning on reading more adult adult fantasy in the near future. Okay, so the last book I have for this video, thank God, it is Rivals by Catherine McGee. This is the third book in the American Royals series. So this is another alternate history. It's contemporary, and basically the first book is this whole world is what if George Washington, my camera cut off and I'm not sure why, let's do this quickly. So what if George Washington was offered a crown instead of a presidency? So we follow his ancestors down the future. So that is it. That's everything. I'm not gonna pick all these books up because I will die. But that's everything that I bought from December 2021 to August 2022. Please let me know down below if you read any of these books and your thoughts and feelings about it without any spoilers. And thank you so much for watching. All my social media links will be linked down below in the description box. You can follow me on there, and if you will, like, you can become a member of our little family here by subscribing. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys here next time on Yari Hearts Books. Bye.